channel. I am so excited to finally film again and be here, and you know, it's been crazy months, but you know, your baby girl is here and I am here to stay. Have decided to do something very easy and for everyone to be able to repeat this when you're at home, you know, or while you're watching this. Just repeat my steps, do what I say, and I promise you, you're gonna slay your life, friends, your work. Serious note, I did decide to film something very easy, which is contour 101 for beginners. The look that I did, super simple, super easy. And if you guys want to know how to slay your face one-on-one, then keep watching. So the first thing I like to start with is cleansing my face completely, making sure that I have nothing on my face and it's super clean, especially that I already did my eyes. If there's any fallouts, just make sure that it's all clean, canvas, and ready for that slayage. For that, I'm going to use my favorite H2O Micellar Solution by GlamEljammi, and I like to use this red one right here. And then I'm just gonna put a little and go all over my face just to make sure there's nothing on my face. The second thing that I'm gonna use is eye cream. I already applied eye cream right here on my eyelids before I did my eyeshadow. And the eye cream that I'm using is from Benefit, called Potent. I guess they wanted to like mix it up, but it's important. It's Potent Eye Benefit Cream. Now, it has such a cool packaging to it, I really like it. Make sure that you're very careful with it. So just like this, I'm gently tapping it into my eye area, under eye. And the reason why I really like this cream as well, because it kind of gives like a little brightening effect to your eyes, which is really cool. I guess a lot of us always look for an eye cream that is gonna give it a little brightening effect to it. So from highly luxurious brands, I can say that this one is really good. If you're a little bit on a budget, you can try out Olay cream. I don't know, I think I have it somewhere here, but it's also really good. Olay eye cream. So I always either use that or I use this. So yeah, moving on. Right now, the first thing that I'm gonna use is a primer. I know there's always such different opinions about primers. Either some people like to use it, some people don't. I have been just on styled by Harash class, and like she doesn't use any primers. She says that it gives her like breakouts or whatever, but honestly, I can't imagine doing my makeup or anybody's makeup without primers. I just think it does make such a big difference, but I guess everything depends on a makeup artist or you yourself. But for me, primer is like a must-have. I live in Dubai. The heat, the oily T-zones, it just doesn't connect well, you know. If I have no primer on, it's not working out. So for my primer, I'm going to be using Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is one of my favorite primers ever. I feel like it's such a heaven on earth. Get me? Get me? This is oil-free photo finish foundation primer. I just love the finishing that it gives to your face. It literally mattifies everything. You can see is obviously the foundation. The one that I'm going to be using today is by NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and this is in shade, I don't know how to pronounce that. NARS, why do you make such hard names? Circles, why, I don't know what, but yeah, that's it. Let me just show you. Another key, now obviously the first thing you think is like, damn, this foundation is really dark, but I tend to sometimes go darker with my foundation because it matches better with my body, because as you know, we all have a much brighter face than, we all have a bright face than our body. So it's it's okay. It's okay to always go just a bit shade of darker than your face color. And I'm gently not moving back and forth. I'm just tapping it into my skin. This way it gives a very nice natural finish to my foundation. And if I see that it's not enough, I can always go back and add more. I always say, even on my master classes or whenever I talk to anyone, I always say that it's much better to start with little, and then if you feel like you need more coverage, you can always go back and add more instead of applying so much from the beginning and then you end up having a very cakey face. End up something, none of us, right? So always make sure you blend it into your hairline, move it to your neck just so you don't have any sharp edges, and spend some time with blending. A lot of people tend to go really fast and try to blend everything, but the more time you spend on blending, the better your finish will be. It's very, very simple. But simple things like that, people miss out on. Moving on to the most interesting part is obviously contouring. I know that so many of you love it so much, and the whole Instagram vibe and trend, it's been out of control lately. With concealer, now I'm going to use my favorite concealer of all times, which is NARS, and this is in shade Clean Booted. I love this concealer so much. Oh my god, this is like my favorite concealer of all times, I swear to you. The first thing, I'm going to apply it right under my eyes, so everybody can conceal under their eyes. Just the most important thing for you to know is don't conceal in a round way. Always do like a little triangle. And I'm applying a very little amount. Same thing on this side as well. And just moving it away from my eye. We all tend to have dark areas right really close to our nose here. So you can always conceal right here as well. This is nothing special. And on my nose, just a very little line. Don't go crazy on your nose with like a super thick line of conceal, because you always want to make sure that you draw like a very little cute line just to, you know, make your nose look cute. I can give you, if your forehead is small and cute, then you can conceal and highlight more. If you tend to have a little bit of more bigger forehead, then you can conceal less and contour more. I'm using Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation. Now the cool thing about this is actually it is a foundation from one side, so you can see it's like a stick foundation from one side, and then from another side you have like an angled thing like this, and it's contour. It will be super easy and cool to use for beginners. So if you just get into makeup, this is definitely one thing that you can try out. You have a foundation and a contour already, so it's like 2-in-1. Obviously everybody can contour their cheekbones just to give more dimension to it. So I'm not going down. The most important thing you have to remember is not to contour downwards. You always want to kind of contour straight. Are we good to go? Are we good to go? And nose is like a really important area, but honestly, you have to truly know how to contour your nose. Not everybody needs the whole lines and everything. So for example, for me, my nose is pretty fine. I don't need much contouring. What I like to do is just contour right here at the edge, just again to add a bit of a dimension, and you know, just to add a little tap. Now taking that same wet beauty blender, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start blending my concealing areas first. You can do it different. You can either first apply concealer, blend it, and then do your contour, or you know, do it all together how I did. It honestly depends on your personal preference. There's no right or wrong. It's all about the way how you would like to do it. And switching that with this side, I'm gonna blend my contour. So you don't even need to change your tools too much. What I'm gonna use for it today, you can either use like a simple pressed powder, but I like to use a bit of a loose powder with that same beauty blender. And not baking, we are not baking today. We're doing very, very simple contour. What I like to do is literally press loose powder onto my under eye. I'm gonna use a bronzer, and this is Hoola by Benefit. I feel like so many people really like it, and I know why. It's such a pretty shade. Like, it literally suits anyone and everyone. So just like this, I'm just applying a little bit on my cheekbones. And what I like to do is to kind of go in circular motions, just to make sure I blend it all pretty nice. Now the next thing I'm gonna use is blush. I'm using a blush from This is 230 Maple Melody. Just apply a little bit of blush right here and blend it together with your contour. It will show, but you know, it will be blended all together pretty nicely. So you can see I'm not applying it right here, I'm just applying it right in the middle of my cheekbones and blending it together. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is highlight. A little singing, because highlight is my favorite part of the whole thing on my face. I'm gonna highlight, and I'm gonna use NARS highlight, and this is Double Take. It is so pretty. Even the packaging is like really cute. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Can you see that? I mean, it's so pretty. And I'm gonna use a brush like this. So taking that brush, and this is Zoeva brush as well, in 110. So taking that and tapping a little bit of any excess that you may have, I'm just gonna apply it right here. So I'm not going too low. I'm going almost at the edge of my eye, like under my eye, and just applying that. Can you see that? I mean, can you see that? Girl, go! Also highlighting right up on my eyebrow, a little bit on my nose. So I'm not doing the whole tip of the nose. It is such a not a nice trick. Do not do that. You can just highlight the center of your nose, a little bit right here. Yes, honey, yes! Yes. It is super easy to do, but just remember that with anything, it always takes practice. So keep practicing, and I promise you, you will achieve that perfect makeup that you want for yourself, and you will see on Instagram. If you guys enjoyed this video, and catch me on my YouTube channel next week with a new tutorial. I promise I'll be more and more active on my YouTube. But yeah, that is it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you comment down below. Tell me what more you want to see. Like, subscribe, share, tell everybody. I just said.